this is a describe one similarity between Sperry's split brain study and Casey et al.'s study of neural codes of delayed gratification. Now, if you were to go through kind of like all the things that you could compare them on, um, you could talk about the research method, you could talk about the ethics in each study, you could talk about the practical applications, you can talk about the data that's been collected, you could talk about the sample, um, and you could even maybe comment on something like the fact that it's scientific. The easiest one to do is the research method. They are both quasi-experiments. So you get 1 mark for saying that they're both quasi-experiments, and then you get 1 mark for saying why in each study. So that totals 3. So Sperry is, the split brain patients already had a split brain, so mentioned 11 of them just for a bit of extra context. Whereas Casey's study on delayed gratification, it was whether they were a high or a low delayer. Really easy. You might want to talk about ethics. They weren't. Neither of them were really harmed, so they both had protection from harm. Um, but then you couldn't really say right to withdraw because they were children. Although they could withdraw because the samples suffered from attrition, so you could perhaps go down that route. Can you see how this is a bit more difficult? You're probably easier going with that research method one. You can say it's scientific. Casey used fMRI scanners, and Sperry used kind of like that fancy projector, a tachyoscope. So I think that's how you pronounce it. So you could say that it's kind of scientific in that way. But obviously you need to go into a bit more detail when you're describing it to get that kind of the marks for it. The easiest one is the quasi-experiment one. So I would probably go with that one. You can't use data because they've got different types of data. Case has got quantitative data because it looks at accuracy and reaction times, whereas Sperry is quite qualitative in the sense that it's all the kind of descriptions of how the participants are behaving in terms of what they draw and whether they can pick an object up and things like that. You could quantify that, but it's a little bit iffy. So the easiest one is that research method one.